Hello? Anybody there? Can anybody hear me? Yes, hello? Yes, we're here and yes. All right. Okay, let me just put on a bit of a deeper voice. Well, hello everybody. This is Black Rhino Ranger, and welcome to yet another special podcast, Black Rhino Ranger. And today is the 4th of July, which is also the Independence Day of the United States of America. Happy 4th of July to all my American viewers and subscribers. Now, let me just ask you, fellas. Let me ask you, which state do you live in? And for those who don't live in the United States, ask me which country you're living in. In fact, I myself am not an American resident. I'm a Malaysian resident. Where do you guys live? Can we draw Moana in Hawaii? I think Moana's more French Polynesian. See, Ohio, Antonio is in Florida, Edie is in California, Michael's in Ohio, Andrew's in California. Okay, that's great. Now, I will admit, I am quite nervous about this one because well, I am aware of what's happening in America at the moment. But I will admit, I am trying my best to keep myself out of politics. So I like to try and be as friendly as much as possible. So I'm giving you guys a bit of a task. Should this podcast be about you guys requesting me to draw something from a character doing something that relates to any of the United States, like let's say making a Hollywood film like in California, or like visiting the Statue of Liberty in New York. Or if you guys want me to do something simple, I can instead draw American animals like the American alligator. Dinosaurs like the Tyrannosaurus Rex are allowed too. Can just draw American foods like the hot dog and the hamburger. Or do something based on American history like the California Gold Rush of 1849. Or the historical landmarks like Mount Rushmore. Or characters dressing up like American celebrities like Elvis Presley or Marilyn Monroe. Or have the characters dressed up in U.S. flag-like outfits. What are your choices? Okay, here's another thing. I'm not sure if I'm good at. Here's another thing though. I'm not sure if I'm good at drawing backgrounds. So how do I do this? I think the states. Okay. Now I will admit I am. Sorry, I'm just checking on. I got two things. I got two things. I mean, I got two. One that's blank. The other is a checklist of all the states I got. So backgrounds are also not my forte. Okay. Okay. So now where do I? Okay. So where do I begin? What's popular in what's the thing? What is California known for, or what is Texas known for? Do Sandy Cheeks doing a Texas rodeo? Okay, coming right up. Okay, let's see. Let me just look up. Okay, let me just, oops, sorry about that. Hmm. It's sorry. There was a moth. I thought I got rid of it. Okay, so Sandy has Okay, let me just take a quickie. George Sandy, this I like you. How old is that phrase? Yeet, yeesh. Do people still say that? Knowing the fact that, although you do have to keep in mind, fellas, Texas isn't just a cowboy country. No. I mean, there are other things in Texas, right? I mean, I know somebody who's a Portal Master or a Skylander fan who lives in Texas, Houston to be precise. She's not easy. Wait, let me try, You joined Danny Phantom and Spider-Man for Kentucky eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'll get to that. See, here's Sandy doing. Fellas, what animal do you think Sandy should ride on? Should she ride on a sea pony? Or seahorse, I meant. Should he ride on that giant worm, or another sea creature that I just made up? A dipper male sinking up the fireworks. You read my... The bull, because she's a land animal. Seahorse? Evelyn, as a movie star. I'll think about that. Now I am aware that the song what was it? There was a SpongeBob episode called Rodeo Days, which I heard is not very well praised. Some say that the imagery of when Sandy goes to Texas is just off-putting. There's a lot of photoshopped animals, like the cows, and they say it looked very creepy. Let me just do sci-fi with Peter Parker. Oh no, those shippings. Oh dear, I remember seeing those shippings on Derpy Brew, and they're not as off-putting as some other shippings, but they're just head-scratching. Draw her riding Trailblazer. Okay, if that's what you want, at least it's something quite unique. Now, and in case you guys don't know who Trailblazer is, Trailblazer is a Skylander from Trap Team, the core Skylander with the fire element, and he's basically a fiery unicorn. The way I draw him, on the other hand, is based on another character. Is based on another character. Here. So let me just allow me to show you what I mean. I'll be right back. Just looking up something. Okay. Just move Sandy up a bit. You gotta remember that Trailblazer, unlike most unicorns, he does have a bit of clothing. Hmm. Anyways, where was I? On Sandy. Oh yeah, she was wearing I think I made a. No, actually, I didn't. Here you go, fellas. I drew Sandy and riding Trailblazer. Okay, let me just shrink this one a bit. Not too small. I just want to make sure it's small enough to. Don't worry about the resizing. When you're using Flash, you can scale any character without losing its quality. So I can always make the picture big. Anyways, in Aurora, Bianca, and Cinder in Miami Beach. What about the color? The color I'm gonna do off screen. I'm gonna color the character when I stop the live stream, because I need to save as much time as I can in order to take the requests. Lola Loud is the Statue of Liberty. That's pretty easy, because I actually remember seeing Lola Loud dressing up as the Statue of Liberty in the Loud House episode Tricked. Let's see. Let's have a look. And in fact, somebody on the internet has kind of already drawn Lola dressing up as Lady Liberty. You think I'm gonna show it to us when it's color in video? Unfortunately, no. I can only color this when I'm off screen. I'm gonna post them colored on DeviantArt in case you're curious. Grunkle stand in Las Vegas. Oh, okay. Let me just find a Las Vegas jackpot. Funny enough, in some states, some of their capitals are not as well known as some of their other cities. Like Nevada's capital is, oddly enough, not Las Vegas, but Carson City. But a lot of people know Las Vegas more. And people tend to remember Chicago more than Springfield from Illinois. thankfully the fez thing is somewhat off screen, so that the pattern, I still don't get why does the pattern have to be censored in some places? Just is it yeah, that will do. I don't think I did. No, I don't think I did the fez right. Let me just. Black Yoshi eating fried. Wait a minute. Black Yoshi eating fried chicken. Black Yoshi eating fried chicken. Are you doing a bit of a? Isn't that kind of a stereotypical? I mean, you know, you remember in the past and in some places, can it not just be regular Yoshi eating fried chicken? Because, you nearly got me into trouble there, fellas. Just get it. No, like I said before, I normally do 4 fingers, but because I want to be respectful for Gravity Falls, Grunkle Stan is an exception. Here's the jackpot sign. Should it be? No. Actually, no. How about? There you go. Now that fits. Sadly, in my country, stuff like this is unfortunately not allowed. At least in public places. But I did see a lot of jackpots when I was in the UK. Even in the more family-friendly places. Let me just draw You leave me no choice. Puppy dog eyes, Aurora, Bianca, and Amber Cinder, Bianca, Amber, and Cinder, Velvet. Okay, time out. Please, let me. PlayStation 4 or Xbox One? PlayStation 4. I don't have an Xbox One. Which Frost? Mortal Kombat 11 Frost? Let's see. What else? Let me see. Do you do pixel art? I think I might have, but I'm not sure actually. Maybe I have done pixel art. Just a minute, let me just flood this place with lots and lots of in fact he wants so much of it that it begins to that the machine itself is stacked on. It's either stacked or covered in the stuff. There you go, fellas. Grunkle Stan in doing a jackpot as if he was in Las Vegas. Now what else? What else is next? He's struck the jackpot. Do you watch Spectacular Spider-Man? Sadly, I do not. I did watch a bit of it when I was younger. It was It was a very long time ago, but maybe it wasn't my cup of tea. Ooh, all right. If you want it, then yes. Let me just wait for a minute, fellas. I just need to look up some Hollywood dress-ups for a minute. It's that's it. Something like that. Hollywood. Okay, all right, ooh, sorry, sorry about that, bit of a mix-up on the, well, fellas, I'll give you a hint. Why does she? You notice that in the Loud House, most of the Loud sisters. Oops, it was supposed to be. Most of the Loud sisters, they tend to have only up to 2 lashes on each eye. Now I heard. Now I heard the reason why they have 3 lash. Two. Some of them, on the other hand, have 3. But the reason why they had 3 is according to Chris Savino, the guy who created the Loud House. He says that the 3 lashes are to show the characters on their more cute side. So let's see. How many Loud sisters do I know have? Let's see if I can remember the Loud sisters with their eyelashes. Let's see. Lori, Luna, Luann, Lynn, Luna. Oops, a bit too big. Lori, Luna, Luann, Lynn. Unknown for Lucy. I cannot say anything about Lucy. Yeah, do some Hollywood folks have this? Still use this? I mean, I remember Marilyn Monroe in something like that. Let me see. How does it look? I think Lucy has 2. Maybe Lucy does have 2. For some reason, Lisa has neither. Here. Lisa doesn't have any. I mean, if you remember the episode where Lily swears, the episode when she says, "Damn it!" Lisa, she is seen without her glasses, and she has no lashes. So I'm trying to make sure the arms are at the right position. Now, in case you're wondering, fellas, this podcast will last for 1.5 hours. It'll end at 1:30. 1:30 a.m. Malaysian, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, that's more like it. That's it. Yeah. Toothless the Night Fury. She has dots for eyes. Yes, Lisa, she has dots for eyes. And as for the other Loud sisters, like Lenny, Lola, Lana, and Lily, they all have 3 lashes, which means they are perhaps the cutest of the Loud sisters. Okay, let me just here's a hand taking a picture of Lenny. Yeah, I'm a bit old-fashioned, so I'm using a camera instead of those smartphones. Don't worry, fellas, I've also... And just a moment. Here's something I No, it's not a gun, fellas. It is not a gun. There you go, fellas. Lenny in like a Hollywood movie star. Okay, what else? Spy slapping my camera. Oh, let's see. Okay, which Frost? Mortal Kombat Frost? He draws a snapshot eating Caucasian food in Louisiana. Okay, let me find some Cajun food. Sorry, I mispronounced it earlier. It's Cajun, I meant. Lots and lots of shrimp. Not exactly. I'm not exactly. Snapshots eating Cajun food. That's so I see a lot of shrimp. Kind of reminds me of that Australian thing called shrimp on the barbie. Let's see. For my shrimp. By the way, fellas, keep an eye out for July 7th, which is 7/07/07/2020, for another same month, same day animation. And spoiler alert, Snapshot is also featured in it. Wait, let me just draw him with proper cutlery. I know that Louisiana is wait, was that where the Cajun food came from? Let me just look that up. So Cajun is originated in Louisiana from groups of people who had their roots in France but immigrants to Canada. Oh, okay. So I'm just looking at some at the origin of Cajun food, and yep, I was right. It had lots of crawfish and shrimp. Let me just look up something. I was right. Gumbo. Do you guys know about gumbo? The dish of gumbo. It's I remember first hearing it in The Princess and the Frog, which does take place in Louisiana. Um, something New Orleans to be precise. By the way, fellas, here's a in. Have you seen my latest video, which is Dark Spyro in the USA, right? Have any of you seen it? Yes, I have seen it. Okay, great. Here's a bit of a backstory. That wasn't the only version of Dark Spyro I actually thought of. I actually thought of Dark Spyro in the U.S. I actually thought of a few more ideas before I settled with that one. One version is when Dark Spyro was listening to the radio for while on his way to the United States. Um, he was enlisting. He was listening to all the to as many different songs from the U.S. And many of them are state-based. For example, he was listening to "Viva Las Vegas," and he was also listening to "Sweet Home Alabama." And oh yeah, I forgot. I was supposed to color that later. He kept listening to so many state songs that he has no idea which one to pick. Should he go with the Big Apple? Should he go with the Golden Gig, or should he visit the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota? Okay, but I scrapped it because I was having trouble with the copyright system with songs, which is why you don't see me with a lot of recent song. You don't see me do Skylanders with different songs anymore. Chicago, Illinois for Dark Spyro. Okay, Spyro and Aurora in Miami. Bash and Flashwing, Cy, Twy, and Peter, Ice Bear in Alaska. Okay. I have to get this one right. Ice Bear must be perfect. Sorry, I had to. I swear. Sorry, I think I might. Let me just look back at my old work for a minute. Don't think I did it right. I know he's a bear, so I know he shouldn't really be wearing this. I mean, he's got the fur coat and all, but I just want to. Alaska is Alaska is what is perhaps best is quite known for Eskimos and the Northern Lights, like Aurora Borealis. I don't think I drew it right. Just like Norway. I remember watching a film. I think it took place in Alaska. I just cannot remember. It was called Snow Dogs. It was something for school. It was at school. Here you go, fellas. Ice Bear doing some fishing in an Eskimo suit, like he's in Alaska. Okay, let me check off some chores thingy. Okay, so Lenny, so it's he was in so I checked off Alaska, I checked off California. I checked off Texas. What was it? Was it Kansas? Illinois. Wait, Nevada. There was one more. Was it Washington? No, that's not it. Oh yeah, Louisiana. That's it. Okay, what else, fellas? What else? Your star butterfly is the Statue of Liberty. Okay. First, let me look up the Statue of Liberty. And let me just, okay. Yeah, I know that they. Hold it for a minute, fellas. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. It was just a bit of back noise. No, I think I did that one, or was it? Yeah, I think it was that one. Yes, I am aware that Star Butterfly had destroyed the magic on Mew, so she shouldn't really be having those hearts anymore. But I thought in my world, after the magic is destroyed, Star would go to a tattoo parlor and they ask if they can give her back her hearts. Okay, oops. Wait, how many pointers does the Statue of Liberty have? I'll just exclude one. What was it? Okay, just take a quick break for a moment. Answer. Not sure. It's cute. Mickey Mouse in Florida. I'll get to that in just a moment. Happy Independence Day. Sparrow Senior California. I already did California. Issues with copyright music. No, I not credit the artist. That's not enough. You have to submit a dispute. You have to come in agreements. You have to wait for an entire month. If they leave it alone, then you're free. If they think it's still under copyright, they'll still claim it. And if you try to fight it, you could get striked. I mean, how many times do I have to try and fight against the Beatles music? Okay, let me just Don't worry, fellas. You still have 30 minutes left. Request me anything or ask me any questions. I couldn't resist those boots. Now, personally, the one with the outfit with the monster boots is my absolute favorite from Star Butterfly. It perhaps has the most simple of coloring compared to the other dresses. But her sky blue dress is also one of my favorites as well. It's now to raise the torch. Oh wait, let me just add in an extra sleeve for her. Oops. Sometimes that happens. And wait, let me just let me just bring her here. Her hair as well. I think I forgot to do her hair. go, fellas. Here's Star Butterfly posing as the Statue of Liberty from New York. What is your first Sonic game? I think my first Sonic game was a hybrid of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. The one where you can get where you play Sonic 3, but you also get to play as Knuckles. So that's New York. We with Mr. Enter Photoshop and stock images must die. Yeah, they can really have Spyro and Cinder in Florida, Allura in Miami Beach. Have Cinder in Florida. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Let's see. Which Spyro are you talking? Classic or Skylanders? Okay, people are having trouble with this guy. Let me put him on another timeout. Okay, Mordecai and Rigby in Florida. I kind of prefer Skylanders. Okay, something different for once. Okay, let's have Mordecai and Rigby instead. Let me just find some. Okay. I've heard that the guy who made regular show has made a new show called Close Enough, and although it's meant exclusively for adults, I heard there's been some confirmation that Close Enough takes place in the same universe as a regular show. Let me just put him on. Put him like this first, and then I'll flip it over. for such a very simplistic title that doesn't sound that intimidating, the show is quite surprising. Okay, that's just draw a little. Let me just flip him over. Oops. Let me just tilt him a bit. I think I'm not quite there yet. There. Okay, I'm now to draw. Do you ever watch the movie National Treasure: Book of Secrets? I have not. Do you ever watch Tales of Arcadia, Troll Hunters? I have not. What is your favorite Flash game? That's a good question. What is my favorite Flash game? I used to play a lot of Flash games when I was learning how to do when I was learning how to make draw in Adobe Flash in the old one. Yeah, I think one of my absolute favorites is Dad and Me, the slightly less violent version of Chainsaw the Children. That game was brutal. Do you have all the Skylander senseis, including variants? Yes, except for one, Heartbreaker Buckshock, which unfortunately is never going to be released. Do you watch Augie and the Cockroaches? I used to. I haven't done a lot of catching up, unfortunately. Wait. Aren't you going to put on a swimsuit for Mordecai and Rigby? Okay, if that's what you want. I'll have to... Now, are you aware that in some countries, the regular show has been highly censored? I mean, for example, Mordecai, the episode when Rigby was the episode when they got these hot dogs, these deluxe hot dogs. Mordecai is like was getting quite angry with Rigby, and he's like, "Don't do it," says Rigby. "It's too late. It's already in motion." Well, put it out of put it out of motion. And Mordecai is like, "You pissed me off." In the edited version, at least in the United Kingdom, they replaced it with, "You ticked me off." All right, so let's draw Rigby. Let me just okay, when I first saw Regular Show, I thought that and Adventure Time are quite similar, at least by character design, because both characters had simplistic, skinny arms and legs, and they would sometimes their teeth would be rather than straight teeth, their teeth would be rounded. The key difference is that most of the Adventure Time characters' eyes are quite varied. I mean, some are dotted eyes like Finn and Princess Bubblegum. Others are unique eyes like Jake and Lady Rainicorn. While most of the Regular Show characters, their eyes are typically like most typical cartoons. That have big eyes and they're quite close together. Why can I not draw Rigby's tail right? I don't know. Every time I draw this, it looks more like a monkey tail or lemur tail than a raccoon tail. A raccoon tail is a lot more bushier. Let me just head back. Mixels and Mount Rushmore. What is the worst episode of a good cartoon you have seen? That one I don't know. Maybe I might need to rewatch some of my favorite shows from when I was a kid. But I will say, there are some Ed, Edd and Eddy episodes I don't like. There's If It Smells Like an Ed, the Smile for the Ed, and what was that other one? Your Ed Here. I didn't like those, but Sorry Wrong Head, which I heard was also getting a bit of a bad rap, I actually kind of like that one. Let's see. What else did I not like from a show I really do like? This is very strange because it has a lot of things this episode I'm thinking right now has a lot of things I really do like, including a guest appearance of one of my all-time favorite singers. But the way it's executed just confused me. It's the Star vs. the Forces of Evil episode Trickstar. And while I don't think it's wretched, I do think it's quite poorly done. I think it had a bit of a missed opportunity. Let me just do the tail. Let me just do the tail thing. Yeah, that's more like it. The tail's a bit wonky like that. I'm just trying to have him relax on the thing. I'm trying to avoid drawing the tail through there because because if not handled right, it could accidentally look like I don't want to mention it. try another, I'm a spy? For what? Am I the spy that says, gentlemen? Okay, fellas, here's Mordecai and Rigby relaxing on the beach like it was in Miami. 15 minutes, fellas. Maybe I can do one or two more. DB fries. What are DB fries? A Utahraptor roaring in the cliff of Utah. Lola dancing in Hawaii. Okay, let me find a Utah cliff. Just wait, is this a thing? There's a house underneath all the Utah cliff. It's okay. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at this weird photography of a house underneath a cave. Okay, somebody wants me to not draw a character, but to draw a dinosaur. Or doing, roaring like he was in, I gotta make sure, remember, paleontology, they have, very soft, rigid, feather sticking out scales, or in other words, feathers. Now here's a funny thing. Do any of you remember seeing the 1999 British documentary Walking with Dinosaurs? Funny enough, it being a British-made show, it sure takes place a lot in America. Like the first episode takes place in Arizona. Second episode takes place in Colorado, and the sixth episode takes place in Montana. And the oddest thing is that oh dear, this ain't good. The Utahraptor is shown in the documentary as a European animal, which unfortunately no fossils of the Utahraptor have ever been found in Europe. So, and the closest it's ever taken down, and the closest animal to an iguanodon, as in often portrayed in most drawings or other things like in Disney's Dinosaur, is there are American iguanodonts, just not the iguanodon itself. Here's the Utahraptor roaring on the cliff. Oh yeah, forgot about Rigby's suit. Sorry. Zoom in. Give you some decency. Unlike your brother, I mean, did you know that Rigby's brother is naked? And he's shown to be quite muscular, like almost human. Yeah, it's really weird. There you go, fellas. Rigby also in a swimsuit. So that's Florida done, and that's That's Florida done, and that's Utah done. Now what else? What else? Welcome to Jurassic Park. What's your opinion on Animal Crossing New Horizons? I have not played it. It's the only state. Wait, Vermont is the only state not to have billboards? Are you sure? Let me have a look. This is here. Why billboard advertising is not allowed in... If Mr. Bump is actually trying to hang any pictures in Vermont, he'd be like, Vermont, I meant, he'd be like, oh, poopity poop. That'd be in the US version. The UK version is like, oh, poopity poop. Heads up, I got a visitor. Be right back, fellas. I gotta sort something out. Never mind, false alarm. I thought I heard something. Okay, good night. It's just a relative of mine. That's all. Civic, I'm sure I can remember what Mr. Bump looked like. Let's see. Now the funny thing about Mr. Men is that it is a show. The Mr. Men show is U.S. made, but but it's based on a series of British books, and in the UK they decide to dub the American show for the British audience. I have seen both the US and the UK version, and in all honesty, the US version, everybody sounds like they were on point. They sounded like they were having a bit of a ball, but the people in the UK, they don't sound very very enthusiastic. They're like they just say I mean the first in one version, in the American version, Miss Calamity, she's like, could you save me first? But in the UK version, she's like, could you save me, please? I'm sorry, but that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like the people in the UK, the UK version of Mr. Man, they don't sound like they don't sound the part. Let me just do he's trying to hang a billboard, but he's how do people know what things are happening, like what events or what movies to check out in Now, how do they get their notifications? I know. Some of you might say they have the internet, they have their phones, right? Okay, fellas, I think we have enough time for one more. And yes, I know what you're gonna say. Why am I coloring this right now? I kind of got carried away. I think I'm doing this because I have a bit of time. I think I better make this. There, that's more like it. Okay, fellas, I think I have enough time for one more. Just one more. Oh, yeah, oh, okay. Okay, if that's how you want it. Um, hmm. Good morning. Well, technically it's afternoon, but in New York, but it is morning in California, right? Okay, let me just find a picture of Uncle Sam. Hmm. There, I looked up online. There's even an Uncle Sam picture with him with a mask because of the what's happening in the world. Um, I did watch quite a bit of Uncle Grandpa, and I was kind of invested in its strangeness. Like I'm curious to know what happens next. And because Uncle Grandpa is filled with so much oddity, with many oddities. The only thing I wasn't the only thing about Uncle Grandpa I wasn't invested in was the new experiences with Berry Nice and Hot Dog Person. I thought those were just not very well thought out. Well, they are very simple, but it's just that poor Hot Dog Person. Okay, 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 fellas, the requests are over. All I'm gonna do is try to come to every to as many questions you ask me any question you as you can, and I'll sure to reply to them. Now the guy who made Uncle Grandpa and is also the voice of him, he's currently working on the new Looney Tunes cartoons, and there is a bit of controversy with the split decision of Elmer Fudd's gun being removed. Some say some are freaking out, saying that it completely destroys Elmer Fudd's character, but others say it was necessary because of what's happening with how guns are seen today. Should I add in belly bag because kind of clashes with the suit I'm giving to Uncle Grandpa. I mean, not every belly bag is usually belly bag is part of Uncle Grandpa's regular clothes. It's Uncle Grandpa's buttons on his pants, the pants on Uncle Grandpa's buttons, they serve as belly bag's eyes. I think I'll just, yeah. Okay, fellas. I think that's it, fellas. That's the last drawing I'm gonna be doing. So let's see, what do we have here? See if I can remember what state each country and character represents here. I mean state. Here's Sandy in Texas, riding on Trailblazer. Here's Grunkle Stan in Nevada on the Jackpot. Lenny being a movie star in California, a Utahraptor roaring on the cliff on Utah, Mordecai and Rigby relaxing on the beach in Florida, Star Butterfly posing as the Statue of Liberty from New York, Ice Bear being fishing in an Eskimo costume in Alaska, Snapshot eating Cajun food in Louisiana, Mr. Bump and his billboard band from Vermont, and now Uncle Grandpa as Uncle Sam. That's about it, fellas. Say, speaking of Paramount, do you know it's confirmed that there's going to be a sequel to the Sonic movie? Well, not really. They might. Okay. I'm actually interested in checking out the Sonic movie. When are the next parts going to come? I don't know. Maybe I'll do another live stream on next Sunday. That's when I have a lot more time. But for now, I'm just let's see. All the states I've checked are is Abraham Lincoln Washington D.C. Just out of curiosity. What was I again? Wyoming. Vermont. Fellas, I do not want to do Donald Trump. I do not want to do Donald Trump. Everybody's done Donald Trump. I mean, there's a cartoon show about Donald Trump called Our Cartoon President, and almost every joke about him is that he's orange, he wears a toupee, he's either a racist, an ableist, a sexist, a whatableist. He's seen as a Harvey Weinstein. What else can be said about Donald Trump in fact, what's the one positive thing about Donald Trump? Is there any positive about Donald Trump? Okay, fellas, I'm gonna have to go. Thanks for joining me on this. I'll next part. I'll perhaps do some more. Maybe I'll continue tomorrow or in the next few days, if I feel like it. So so check back if you have any more ideas for which state or which state the character is doing that's relating to that state. Anything. That's all. That's all I have to say, really. Thank you all for joining me on this, and happy 4th of July, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this.